If you like IKEA furniture and transforming IKEA pieces, you are going to love this video.
And as a bonus, it's usually affordable and you can get a really cool look.
Today we are sharing a ton of IKEA pieces that we modified for our home. In our home, we love IKEA pieces.
Yeah, I mean, we've been able to take pieces and fit them into spaces they normally wouldn't fit, but make them look like they were supposed to fit there.
So we thought it would be fun to go through our home and take a look at 7 of the IKEA transformations that we have done to get beautiful high-end finishes.
We've used IKEA furniture throughout our whole house, even as not a hack. We've used them in this office because it was great storage. We've used them in our laundry room because, again, great storage, and you also can pick colors, like there's a lot more colors than in your box stores. And we've even used them in our bathroom as a linen closet because it fit and it was quick and easy compared to custom built-ins.
So our first hack today is actually in this office right behind us. These are actually IKEA lac shelves that we put in when we put all of these IKEA kitchen cabinets in for storage because I wanted to add some floating shelves, and this was a really affordable way to get the look of solid hardwood shelves that I was looking for.
So the nice thing about the lac shelves is that they're affordable. They come with some really sturdy brackets that install to the wall, and they were easy to add to. So what we did for this project is we just used an 1/8 of an inch plywood veneer and cladded all 3 sides, and it looked like we had full wood floating shelves.
We've had tons of compliments on this over the year. It's such an easy project to do, and I will leave a link to that project in the description below if you want to check out all of the details. The next IKEA hack that we wanted to chat about was our downstairs bathroom, where we used a godmorgan vanity and gave it some custom wooden fronts.
The nice thing about the IKEA vanities is that they are affordable. They come with like soft close hardware, but they are limited to only like 4 colors.
Luckily though, there are a couple of different companies that make custom fronts for IKEA units, including the godmorgan cabinets or vanities. In this case, we used a Canadian company called Kitsch, really similar to the American semi-handmade company that makes custom fronts, because I really wanted a wood front vanity in that space, but we couldn't afford a custom built vanity. So this was the compromise. We used an IKEA base. We were able to use their drawers, all of their hardware and everything, and just had to pay a little bit of extra to put the wooden fronts on. Yeah,
and then we still use the IKEA top, IKEA sink, IKEA drain kit, so that made it really easy.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to some closet organization now. So back when IKEA had as-is sections, I always like to go through and look for deals. And I found a whole bunch of the Nordli units for 20 bucks a box, which is a smoking deal. So true to my cheap Dutch Rust fashion, I grabbed, I didn't even know
like
what we...
6 of them.
No, like I had 10. We still have some.
Oh, wow.
I loaded up the whole back of the truck because I knew that I couldn't, like the hardware alone was worth $20 and I knew we'd use them somewhere. So we actually sat on these for like a year before, no, like 2 or 3 years before we used them all. And so what we did is I think we stacked 6 of them, 3 high, 2, and then 2 columns side by side, and made a whole closet organization unit for our son's room because he had a fairly large closet, and it worked awesome. He has his clothes in there, a bunch of toys, and it looks really great.
Yeah, it's a really nice closet storage system. The drawers are super easy for him to open, sort his toys, get his clothes out. Was a really great use of those cabinets.
Yeah, so even if you don't get lucky and you don't buy them in the as-is section, I think they're close to 100 or so a piece. So we had 6 units at $600, we're approximating here, but that also made us not have to have a dresser in his bedroom. So I think that's still a really good affordability, and it's gonna add value to your house, and it's just a nice clean solution to organization.
The next IKEA hack we gotta talk about is one of my favorites and one of the most pinned images from our home. And it is the desk unit that we made using 2 of the little Nordli IKEA drawer units.
And a bunch of scrap plywood.
The project was super affordable. We made a desktop for like $40, shelves for like $40, and we got those 3 drawer units in the as-is for like $20 each or something too. So we basically just barely spent over $100 on that, but it had a massive impact. It looks great. People love it, and it's super easy to DIY even if you just want to buy a countertop and plop it over top.
To date, this reno, this was back before plywood was hundreds of dollars.
It might not be by the time they're watching.
It could be. Let's cross our fingers.
Moving upstairs.
Moving upstairs, we get into our loft space, which we have 2 amazing built-ins that do not look like IKEA cabinets.
No, these are Malm dressers. They were like $130 each or something. We actually painted these IKEA pieces, and if you want to know all about painting IKEA furniture, we did a whole bunch of tests on which paint would be the best, which primer would be the best, whether you had to prime it at all. So all that information is linked up top and in the description box below. Make sure you check that out. But we did an experiment, used the results to paint these pieces, and they have stood up so well. You honestly would never know that these built-ins were IKEA dressers.
So we had 2 corners that we added them to, and the corners weren't the same length. So the way we did that was we made new custom drawer fronts and then a little side panel to kind of build it in, and you can't even tell that they're different sizes now. And then we added solid oak tops because I had some spare oak wood or leftover oak wood from another project, and then some oak floating shelves, and then some really nice sconces, and it really finished and polished the space.
And again, added some very practical storage and organization.
Yeah, I like me some good affordable storage.
I like me some organization.
You like pretty organization.
I like beautiful organization. Yeah. Another one we did, which is a very common IKEA hack, is putting PAX wardrobes into a bedroom or closet space and making them look like they are built-in wardrobes. Sorry, were you going to interrupt me?
No.
We planned out the cabinets to maximize the space, but we still had some extra few inches that the cabinets didn't cover. So we built a custom little MDF piece to go between the cabinets and store some things like shoes or purses or whatever. And then we added trim around everything to make it look really flush and custom. And I think it turned out amazing.
We also made them fit in a sloped ceiling room. We had to do custom cuts in the back of the cabinets, and I think it worked out really well. It looks like it was purpose-built for that space.
I think if you're gonna try to build in IKEA pieces, some of those customizations are what you're looking for to take that IKEA closet from an IKEA closet to a custom built-in. And so that video has lots of good information about how we did that and what we used, and it worked really well.
And on to vanity. So we had 2 different scenarios here. We had one where we were building an ensuite onto our primary, and it was a pretty compact space. So we used one of the godmorgan units, but it didn't fit perfectly in the wall, and the wall configuration was already set based on closets and bedrooms. So we wanted to make it look like the cabinet was built to the space. So we removed the fronts, we added some filler panels to the sides, and added our own fluted front, and it looks amazing. And then as a final touch, we added a quartz countertop and an undermount sink to give it a really custom look. The
custom DIY drawer fronts that we added to, it's probably one of my favorite DIYs in this house. I love the way that they look. I love that the whole piece looks built in and high end. It was just really nicely finished.
Yeah, so it, again, I don't think you would assume it was IKEA, but it has the IKEA bones, it has the soft close hardware, but it was a really affordable way to add a custom vanity to our bathroom. I think all in, even with the countertop, we're probably $500-600. But that same $600 budget wouldn't even get you close to the look if you were to buy it from a box store. You were talking like a basic white vanity with nothing fancy, just maybe opening doors, not soft close. So I think it gives a really good affordability and it gives you a really cool custom look.
Yeah. The other thing he had to customize in there was the drain, because I chose a specific drain color to match the faucets. And we had that exact same scenario in the bathroom across the hall. When we did that bathroom, we also used a godmorgan vanity, and we kept that godmorgan vanity as it was in the nice gloss white finish, but we added a new countertop, and I had a very specific drain that didn't fit their drawers. So if you have to modify IKEA drawers, he did that for both of these vanities.
Yeah, so the IKEA drain is chrome, and as far as I could tell, the only option was chrome, and we had all gold hardware within the bathroom, so we wanted a gold drain.
Champagne bronze,
champagne
actually.
bronze. Same.
It's not the same.
So we had to do a little cutout in the drawer, but the nice thing with how I did it is I didn't have to buy any extra wood. I just used all the pieces that came with the godmorgan, and they had come with little dividers, and I cut out the slot for the drain and then made a little fence around it to match the back, and it almost looks like it was supposed to be that way.
Yeah. IKEA, you could have designed it that way, but since you didn't, that's how we modified it.
Yeah.
So those are all of our IKEA modifications. I think that overall they all are pretty high-end looking finishes. There's a lot of built-ins in this house that you would not guess originated as IKEA cabinets.
But like I said before, the IKEA units are good. Like for the most part, they all have the soft close hardware. They open and close nicely. They're quick to assemble, but with a few little custom touches, you can really turn it up a notch to make it look like a custom built-in.
So those are all of our IKEA hacks and transformations. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what your favorite hack or transformation was, and if we inspired you or helped you do any IKEA hacks, we would love to hear about that too. So let us know in the comments. And as always, hit the bell so you don't miss out on future DIYs and home renovations.
Thanks so much for watching.